Greetings and welcome. This is the Gadget 360 show. My name is Rajiv Makhni and the show today is absolutely the kind that I love. It's got a little bit of everything, but that little bit of everything is also about really big things. I'll give you a few examples. HP Omen 16. What a laptop. Power packed with performance, great IPS LCD display with a 144Hz refresh rate, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060, 11th generation Intel i7. So great looks, great performance, fantastic gaming laptop priced at 1,39,999. Then speaking about gaming, we'll talk to you about a gaming headset. Logitech's G435 LIGHTSPEED, almost weightless, comfortable for long gaming sessions, pretty good sound signature, long battery life. Then we've got a really interesting device for you, the HYPERICE Hypervolt 2, a percussion massage gun, and it really does the job. Boy, does this help with muscle recovery in every which way. Top athletes use it. Some of the marathon runners all over the world use it. Lightweight, very powerful, controlled by the HYPERICE app. We tried it out. We'll tell you what we thought. And then the DJI mic. Now DJI, fantastic with drones and all other stuff, but now they get into the audio segment and they've really done a great job. So 2 wireless transmitter, 1 receiver. It's got an airport-like charging case, works with phones, laptops, tablets and cameras, and everything you need to actually work with all those devices comes inside the box. That and a whole lot more happening on the Gadget 360 show. Let's get started.
The Samsung Unpacked event earlier this week revealed 3 new tablets from Samsung along with the 3 phones. These tablets were the Galaxy Tab S8, S8 Plus and S8 Ultra. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 will come with an 11-inch 120Hz Quad HD LTPS TFT display. The Tab S8 Plus will come with 12.4-inch Quad HD 120Hz Super AMOLED display. Both will come with 8 or 12 GB of RAM and 128 or 256 GB of storage. The storage on both models is expandable to 1 TB with a micro SD card. The Sonics will be handled by quad stereo speakers tuned by AKG, which will come with support for Dolby Atmos. Both models will also come with 13 megapixel standard wide and 6 megapixel ultra wide cameras. The camera on the front will be 12 megapixel ultra wide one. Now let's talk about the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. It will sport a massive 14.6 inches 120Hz Quad HD Super AMOLED display. It will have up to 16 GB of RAM and 512 GB of internal storage. The fingerprint scanner will be under the display. It will also come with 2 cameras on the front, a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, which will be sitting inside the notch on the display. Everything else will be the same at the Tab S8 and S8 Plus. All of the tablets will be coming with Android 12 on board and will get software updates for the next 4 years along with security patches for the next 5 years.
Our top story today is the HP Omen 16. Absolutely fantastic laptop. HP have done a really good job with this one. Subtle matte black color, so you've not gone for that crazy gamer RGB aesthetics only. Still looks like a very mean machine. Very great comfortable keyboard, very precise trackpad. Weighs about 2.2 kgs, which is not too bad at all for a gaming laptop. But then let me tell you the part I loved. 16.1-inch, 144Hz, full HD IPS LCD, response time of just 7 milliseconds. We got a great performance when we were playing games. Great specs, excellent experience with normal use, incredibly smooth with gaming, and a good price for this one. 1,39,999. Here then is our detailed review.
Along with the biggest names in gaming laptops like Asus's ROG, Lenovo's Legion, another name that sticks out is HP's Omen. And today we're talking about the HP Omen 16, a gaming laptop with a minimal design, subtle gamer aesthetics, powerful specifications, and price lower than what one might expect. How well does it perform? Is the price a bottleneck in any way for the laptop? Answers to these questions and many more important ones in the next few minutes. Let's start with the design, shall we? Even though a gaming laptop, the Omen 16 can pass off as a workhorse laptop based on the minimal design approach. It is matte black with a severe lack of RGB around most of the design. The build primarily consists of plastic, which can be let off easily for the combination of specs, price, and only minimal flexing. Most of the design is also environment friendly as it consists of biodegradable, recyclable, or recycled material. One can easily open the lid of the laptop with a single hand due to the well-designed hinge. Once open, you're greeted by the RGB keyboard, a big trackpad, and the speaker setup on the laptop. The keyboard is great to type on with tactile feedback, the trackpad with the big size is also precise, and the speaker system, even though tuned by Bang & Olufsen, is rather average for a gaming laptop. Around the laptop are multiple vents for efficient cooling under heavy load, and a great selection of ports. On the left side there is a power port, an RJ45 Ethernet port, a USB 3.0 Type A port, a mini display port, an HDMI 2.1 port, USB 3.0 Type C port, a headphone jack and an SD card slot. On the right side, there are two USB 3.0 Type A ports. That is a great selection of ports, and our only complaint is the choice of having no ports on the back, which is becoming a common feature on most gaming laptops. And the entire package comes in at 2.2 kgs, which is not too bad for a gaming laptop. Moving the gaze up shows the display, a 16.1-inch Full HD IPS panel. It has a smooth 144Hz display and a great response time of 7 milliseconds. Viewing angles on it are great with no noticeable color shifting. The display is fine for indoor use in terms of brightness, but not good enough for outdoors, all because the peak brightness is limited to 323 nits. And along with the 16:9 aspect ratio which most laptops are moving on from, it also has bezels too much for the time we live in. But in the end, credit where it's due, despite what the display lacks, HP has made sure from their choices that the experience of the user with gaming and normal use will be good on this display. Now let's talk about the things under the hood. Our unit came with 11th gen Intel i7-11800H CPU, the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060, 16GB DDR4 RAM and 1TB PCIe SSD. Everyday use is extremely smooth. No matter how many apps, windows and Chrome tabs are open, the laptop hardly breaks a sweat. As for gaming, the performance has been beyond impressive. We primarily tested 4 games, Witcher 3, GTA 5, Forza Horizon 5 and Microsoft Flight Simulator, all with maxed out graphics presets. With The Witcher 3 we got 95 to 97 FPS, 110 to 115 FPS on GTA 5, 80 to 85 FPS on Forza Horizon 5 and 40 to 45 FPS on Microsoft Flight Simulator. During all the intense gaming sessions, fans kick in hard and the noise can be disturbing. Along with this, the fans also tend to randomly kick in at full speed while working on regular tasks. The battery life on the 833W cell is 6 to 6.5 hours for regular tasks, which is good for a gaming laptop. The HP Omen 16 is an intelligently made laptop. HP has made some great choices here. They went all in on the performance while making sure that the aspects they cut down on do not affect the experience of the user to a higher degree. And hence, at its starting price of 1,39,999 for the RTX 3060 variant, it is extremely easy for us to recommend it.
From gaming story 1, let's move on to gaming story 2. We took care of the laptop. Now let's take care of the headset for gaming, the Logitech G435 LIGHTSPEED. Now it's designed for comfort during long gaming sessions, almost weightless. Connects to devices through either a USB receiver or Bluetooth as well. So you've got all the options for connectivity you want. Gets most of the frequencies right, but while the rest of the team thought it was pretty good, I didn't think it had that gaming thumpy bass. I want to hear those explosions, those gunshots. I want to feel it. I felt it very lightly though. It also has 2 beam-forming mics that pick up the voice of the user really well for in-game calls and stuff like that. Priced at about $7,495.
Gaming headsets are built differently. Like any other gaming peripheral, gaming headsets prioritize a few specific aspects apart from just what they're meant to do. And Logitech recently launched the G435 LIGHTSPEED gaming headset. And today we're taking a look at all of the aspects that are important for gaming headsets in an attempt to find out whether the G435s perform well on all those fronts or not. So the first aspect is that every gaming headset needs to be lightweight and comfortable. The G435s weigh just 163 grams. They feel practically weightless when the user is wearing them. The padding is much less than most headsets, but that doesn't seem to be a problem, all because of the lower weight. The cushions around the ear cups are made of memory foam and they're extremely soft and comfortable, and the clamping force is just perfect. So putting in long hours of gaming is extremely easy with this headset. On the left ear cup is a power button, a mic mute button and volume buttons. Holding different buttons in specific combinations performs a variety of functions on the headphones. Overall, the G435s are lightweight and easy to use and comfortable for gaming sessions lasting hours. Now let's come to connectivity. While a wired connection is ideal, wireless adds convenience. But if a pair of headphones manages to get both lower latency and a wireless connection, that is the best of both worlds. The G435s work with two types of connections: a connection through the USB wireless receiver or via Bluetooth. And obviously the USB receiver connection is the strongest with the lowest latency. In this way, the headset can be used with a PS5, a docked Nintendo Switch and PC, but not on Xbox Series X or S. But that's more of an Xbox problem rather than a flaw with the product itself. The headphones can also connect to phones and devices through Bluetooth with support for SPC and AAC codecs. What it does lack is an option for a wired connection, which many other wireless gaming headsets provide. Now, the most important aspect of any headset is the sound. Gaming headsets need to get every frequency right to truly immerse the user into the game that they're playing. They also need to adequately isolate the outside noise for the ideal experience. The G435 gets most of the frequencies right, gets all the details and dialogue spot on. The bass response, while not the best, does get the job done, so the thump of the shotguns, blasts and impact is felt to a certain degree. What these headphones lack is isolation. Whether it's the plastic frame or the light body, the isolation is where they suffer the most. Now, gaming headsets also need to be able to pick up the voice of the user well for in-game conversations or calls on Discord. The G435s use two beam-forming mics to replicate the way boom mics pick up sound. The quality is far from what boom mics can do for obvious reasons, but it is certainly much better than a lot of the other gaming headsets with embedded mics. Wireless gaming headsets also need to have long battery life, just so they don't come in the way of gaming sessions. The G435s do not disappoint there either. With the volume set to 60 to 70%, the headset lasted around 20 hours in our testing while connected with the USB receiver, which is plenty of hours more than the average gaming session. The Logitech G435 LIGHTSPEED gaming headset, even with all its flaws, is certainly impressive in multiple aspects. It doesn't manage to nail every aspect, but most of them, and that is acceptable given how it is priced. For a price of 7,495 rupees, with everything that it's capable of, we will firmly recommend you buy it if you're looking for a gaming headset.
Alright, if you're an athlete, if you're a marathon runner, if you are really into fitness, this is the one for you. Even if you're not and you really want to relax and have an absolutely fantastic massage through technology, the HYPERICE Hypervolt 2 story is for you. Now, this is an add-on to the Hypervolt. Bluetooth fixes some of its errors, retains some of the smart features. Same design as the previous version, but a little lighter, a little easier to use. Has a light bar at the end of the handle which indicates the battery left on the device, which is pretty smart. But the recovery from workouts and the internal knots in your muscle, or just when you just want a really good professional massage, this is the way to go.
HYPERICE has long been at it, making products meant to ease the pain muscles face from tension and workouts. And their products have been all about helping the user recover without needing anyone else but the product and their app. The latest one in their lineup is the HYPERICE Hypervolt 2, a percussion massage gun. And today we are going to tell you about how well it works and if you should be spending your money on it or not. Let's talk about how it's designed. It consists of a beam which has the massager at one end, buttons at the other, along with a perpendicular handle. The button on the back switches it on, and tapping it repeatedly increases the speed of the massager. Up front, it supports interchangeable massage heads, the fork, cushion, ball, flat, and the bullet. While some of these are meant for specific use cases, some are for specific body parts. Like the fork is meant to work on your legs and feet. The silicone ball helps with internal knots. The massage gun has been made much lighter than the previous version of this massage gun, called the Hypervolt Bluetooth. That makes it much easier to use. It also retains the LED light bar at the bottom of the handle, which indicates the battery left on it from the previous version. Also, similar to the Hypervolt Bluetooth, the Hypervolt works with the HYPERICE app. The app provides guided recovery exercises using the massage gun. If the user is going through a specific pain, they can look for a recovery exercise that suits them. If they are recovering from a workout, they can find the exact recovery exercise needed for them. And not only that, once connected via Bluetooth, the app can control the intensity of the massage gun automatically as per the recovery procedure to make things simpler for the user. The app can be connected to the user's preferred health app. This way, the app knows what workout the user did and accordingly suggests the best post-workout recovery exercise they need. Now let's talk about performance. The Hypervolt 2 is extremely efficient, be it internal knots, aching post-workout muscles, or just tension in the shoulders after a busy day. The Hypervolt 2 works extremely well. Our favorite massaging heads were the spherical silicone ball and the flat disc head. While the silicone ball is the same, the flat disc has had an upgrade with curved sides which make it more versatile. As for the battery life, if the user does one recovery procedure every day, the battery lasts for about a week, which is great given how powerful the device is. But what would be more appreciated is HYPERICE moving from a proprietary charger to a USB-C one so that a user does not need to carry both the massage gun and a charger. As impressive as the Hypervolt Bluetooth was, the Hypervolt 2 has refined it even further. The flaws have been corrected and it has been made easier to use with the smart functionality retained. And for the price of 30,999 rupees, this is an excellent product for athletes and users who need something to recover from aching injuries or post-workout discomfort.
Let's take a quick break right now on the show. When we come back, lots more happening on the Gadget 360 show. Alright, here's a big favorite of mine. Audio, that is really an important thing because, as more and more content creators are coming out, they're starting to realize that audio is the game changer. And DJI mic is the mic that is the game changer. If you really want to take your audio game to the next level, get this one. 2 transmitters with inbuilt mics, a receiver that can be connected to your phone, tablet, laptop or camera. All the connectivity options come inside the box. This can be packed into a case that also charges the transmitter and receiver. So it's like carrying, let's say, AirPods or TWS earbuds, constantly charging out there. Inbuilt mics are fantastic, and even internal storage is out there, so you can use them as field recorders. Don't take the receiver, don't take anything, just take the mic with you. Come back, you can access all the recording that is on the 8 GB through a USB-C port. Great job with this DJI. Here's our review.
The equipment needed while shooting and recording videos is the best when it allows the users as much flexibility and simplicity as possible. If it achieves that, it is one less thing for the producer to worry about. And every innovation in this industry is all about that, removing an aspect of shoot to worry about. The product we have today is aiming to be one such innovation. It is the DJI mic. It is all about flexibility. A truly interesting product. Let us tell you how. The DJI mic, to put it simply, consists of 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, 2 attachments that can be used to connect the receiver to an iPhone or any device that supports a USB-C connection, and a horseshoe mount. And all of them can be packed into a case that carries them and charges them all together. So carrying and charging them becomes super easy and one less thing to worry about. The build quality of everything included in the package is great. Everything feels solid and well built. The case has slots for every component, including the Lightning and USB-C connectors and the horseshoe mount for the receiver. Alright, let's talk about the transmitters. They come with a clip on the back along with a small magnet that can be used to hook these mics up behind a thin piece of clothing. Up top is the inbuilt mic and a 3.5mm TRS port to insert a lavalier mic. On the left side is a USB-C port and a power button. On the right side is a link button and a record button. Why the USB-C port, you ask? To charge the mic and to access the internal storage of the mic. What internal storage? Well, you can use this mic all by itself. Just clip it to your clothes, switch it on,
hit record, and everything gets stored onto its internal storage. The storage is 8 GB, which can store recordings amounting to 15 hours. The amount of flexibility that adds is great. Now let's talk about the receiver. It furthers the level of flexibility offered by the whole setup. It can be fitted with a Lightning or a USB-C connector, and then it can be connected to an iPhone, an Android phone, a Mac or a PC. Through this, the transmitters become the mic for the connected device. So if a phone is being used, the receiver can be connected to it and all of the audio will be recorded through the transmitters. If it is connected to a Mac, then the transmitter can be used as a mic for video calls. But removing these connectors is quite the task, as they can stick onto the receiver very tightly. And everything is configured through the tiny screen on the receiver, which is surprisingly great and responsive for the size. It also acts as the indicator for the battery left on all of the devices while they're being charged inside the case. With the horseshoe mount, the receiver can also be fitted onto a camera and connected to the camera through the mic jack on it for the audio to be recorded with the video. The audio that is recorded by the transmitters is pretty amazing. The voice has both depth and clarity. On proof, all of the audio that you're listening to right now was recorded using the DJI mic. And the signal strength between the transmitter and receiver is strong. As for the battery life, both the transmitters stay on for 5.5 hours on a single charge, while the receiver stays operational for 5 hours. The case itself can charge all the devices 1.8 times, with all of them taking an hour to go from 0 to 100%. The case itself takes 2 hours 40 minutes to charge. And the USB-C port on all 3 devices can be used to charge them up. The DJI mic is pretty amazing. The flexibility and simplicity it brings to the table is impressive. There might be other devices that have some of the features, but none of them manage to be the complete package that the DJI mic is. And hence, for the price of $39,990, it gets a firm recommendation from us.
All right, that then was the Guy the 360 show with me, Rajiv Makni, but I've got a ton of really exciting stuff for next week. I'll see you then on that show.